Due to the recent insurgence and interest in Battlefield 2042, as well as the most recent update bringing a couple of changes to controller settings, I felt it not only natural to make a settings video, but I don't want to fall into the trend, because you can look up so many settings videos about Battlefield 2042, and although some of them vary, most of them are pretty much the same, and a lot of them spew of a lot of the same settings. But me, that's not what I want to do. So I spent the last 24 hours plus setting all of my settings back to default, and one by one, from the controller schemes all the way down to the dead zones and input threshold, I hand-tailored each and every on-foot setting to give you the perfect controller setting to give you that competitive edge in Battlefield 2042. Now guys, this is a lot of weird and crazy settings, and if you want a full breakdown of why I picked each of these settings the way that I did, just let me know down in the comments section below and I'll provide that video for you. But I don't want to waste y'all's time today, so we're going to go into the settings and then I'll tell you about the benefits of it in gameplay. So without further ado, let's switch over to the gameplay cam and let's jump right into these settings. Now, starting off, we're gonna skip over soldier aim sensitivity because out of all of the other ones, this is the one that is the most personal preference out of the bunch. But we're gonna streamline through this, so follow along. Field of view, 105. We wanna be able to control that visual recoil better. ADS field of view, obviously on. Why would you want that off? That's stupid. Uniform soldier aiming, on. Zoom sensitivity coefficient, remember that stream that the devs did? Don't listen to it. Turn the shit all the way down. Soldier aim assist and zoom snap. Now, what I found with the snap is there's the normal slowdown with the aim assist, but what the snap seems to have is two little humps right on the outside of that bubble. And as soon as you hit that hurdle, then you will fully lock onto your target. And it is way too strong in this game to the point where I recommend bringing this all the way down to 0. You will notice an improvement. Now, as far as soldier aim assist, this is preference, but I do find it a bit too strong, and I don't have a consistent pull when I'm trying to track an enemy. So I put it at about 90. Soldier sprint, click. Double tap forward to sprint, off. Sprint, we're going to remap this to the forward button. And as you can see, I also have traversal sprint binded to forward as well. Now, what this is gonna do is keep you from something that I like to call dead dashing, which is kind of like a dead slide, not fully realizing that you're in a prone or crouch stance and try to run away, but instead you just stand up and start walking slowly. You will lose a little bit of sprint to fire speed. To have an automatic traversal sprint, no matter if you're crouched or in prone, gets you out of a lot of situations that you otherwise wouldn't be able to get out of. Weapon, soldier zoom, always going to be hold. Soldier zoom aim sensitivity. Now, as you can see, I have this set pretty high, and that's because I found out that this doesn't only slow down your sensitivity, but it actually adjusts the response curve that you have while you're ADS'd. And to only have one consistent with your soldier zoom aim sensitivity, you have to keep this at 100. But what does that mean? The grueling task of going into each of these settings individually and setting them. Now, you can copy these down and give these a try, or you can try to figure these out on your own, but believe me, it is well worth it to dial it in to have a more consistent aim rate. So zoom aim, 100%. Tailor these to how you like, but we're going to skip right over to left-right acceleration. This is where I agree with all the other YouTubers. This does not help with anything. They turn it off, I turn it off, you turn it off, so turn it off. Now, since we have uniform soldier aiming on, we don't need to worry about the vertical zoom ratio, but I keep vertical aim ratio at default. I find it the best, and it seems to even up pretty good with the horizontal sensitivity. Now, here's where it's going to get really crazy, guys. As you can see, these settings look quite different from what you see on other videos, but you already know how to do your center dead zone. If you don't, literally all you do is turn these to 0. If your player seems to be moving in any way, you turn them up until he stops. Easy. But these axial dead zone, you have to keep in mind that with your right stick, you want to be precise, and with your left stick, you want to be directional. Now, these axial dead zones do just that. And since we don't want any of that harsh, aggressive, directional dead zone, it's super obvious that the right stick needs to be on 0, but with all of the strafing and back and forth that you do and how your attachments complement that, the best way to run the left stick axial is on 30. And the weirdest part of all is these max input threshold. Now, with your right stick, I find the aim response curve in this game to be a little too narrow and then you just slide off to the sides, and it kind of seems like you lose control. You will have to back off your sensitivity a little bit, but if you put this max input threshold to 90, finer adjustments whenever it comes to tracking a target or controlling recoil, you'll find it so much easier with this input threshold set to 90. And since we really want to be strafe kings with the left stick, this max input threshold on the left stick I have all the way down at 50. So that means as soon as I click my stick to the right, I'm gonna start strafing right hard. And strafing is such a big part of shooting in this game, so it almost seemed too obvious to me once I figured this out. Now, by the way, in controller schemes, you can go to edit controller mapping. This is where I went over to movement, went down to traversal sprint, and mapped it to forward. But other than that, that is literally all of the settings. I think we went through it relatively fast, so now I'm going to show you a couple of the benefits, I think, from using these. Okay, so one, with that input threshold down, you're going to notice that it is very, very smooth. And you might not even need to change your sensitivity. You might find that it just works better that way and be totally cool with it. By the way, this is a bot lobby. I want to be able to like show you things in details and be able to set my own situations up. Man, these people are everywhere. It's so much more consistent with the threshold the way that it is. You see, having that automatic traversal sprint no matter what, so much easier to flick like this. Setting that max threshold to 90. Also, hip fire engagements. With that acceleration and the coefficient all the way off, it is so much easier to track stuff on the hip. And the aim assist seems to be a little stronger with those turned down as well. Now, one big problem I had is whenever I would jump and turn corners, and I'd either turn too far and be looking at this, or I'd undercompensate and end up looking in over here. But with that max down at 90, it doesn't really matter where you're at. If you jump and aim, even if you don't pick up the aim assist, and even if you're like a little bit off, you're gonna make it over there towards somebody. That aim assist is so strong, you can know which one to pick. But like close range engagements, it's just like everything is like just so much easier whenever you seem so fluid. So the AM40, it's pretty accurate, but it definitely has the most recoil out of the assault rifles. So we'll go for that. Let's get behind this little wall and do some work. Slide in, long range. Oh my god, this gun is so powerful, it's ridiculous. I forgot how powerful this gun is. Tracking people is so easy, even if the recoil is heavy, because that is my settings. I'm telling you, they're weird settings, but they abuse the aim assist even more. You're so much more accurate, and you move like water. Oh shit. I ain't worried about, oh my. Dude, they're just so good. Beep, 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 beep. Like, these settings don't even just make things like better, they make things funner. Now, if you wanted to get super crazy with it, as you can see, I can't go prone. I can crouch, but that's about it. And what I did is, here in controller schemes, I'm like a total madman for this. I have eliminated the option for me to go prone. Now, it's on this one by default, like the crouch toggle prone hold. But what I changed it to is putting crouch on just crouch hold. That way, instead of holding it, every time you let go, you're gonna stand right back up, right? Right. So effectively, what it lets you do, that guy, is you can just spam. You can just spam the shit out of this so crazy. And if these people don't have a good shot, you're gonna look like a madman. What in God's name? I would be the first person to die, but not only the first person to die, but die to a bow and arrow. Reason number 2. You can teabag the shit out of people. Why is that laser so bright? Oh my god, this map blows. Get shit on, baby. Woo! Boy, I'm telling you. It's just easy. It's just easy. It's just easy. Get shit on. Okay, so we're gonna finish up this match, and then we're gonna end the video there. What the heck? Hey, didn't matter. With my settings, I got you. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy. That's what I'm talking about. That spamming that crouch button is nuts. It's nuts. Yo, we literally walk around not even worried, bro. Like, not even worried. Well, that was a quick match. Okay, guys, but that is the video. It was not fun to make at all. I didn't enjoy it, but I did it, so hopefully it will help you guys out. If you did find these settings helpful, let me know down in the comments section below. But if you enjoyed the gameplay, or you enjoyed the commentary, or you love the settings, please leave this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. That way you get notified every time I post new content, because I'm posting stuff all the time. Thanks for coming around and checking out the channel. Thanks a ton for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.